Welcome back, Shallow friends. And thanks for joining us for another episode of your favorite podcast and mine, The Shallow End. So, although we started off with a topic in good intentions this week, somewhere along the line we decided to devolve into complete and utter chaos, otherwise known as normalcy. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I think that you guys are in for a treat because what you're about to listen to is probably the closest that we have so far to Jessica and Kevin just in the wild, whether they're at home or posted up at their favorite watering hole, just chatting the shit. So with that said, sit back, relax, pour yourself a glass of wine, and enjoy episode number 9 of The Shallow End, Chit Chat Edition.
Recording.
Yes.
I can see bumps on my Audacity screen.
Tracks are being laid as we speak.
Lots of shit's being laid.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Dad.
How you doing?
How's your day?
Well, I didn't even get the whipped cream on top of my shit sandwich. How about you?
Actually,
Okay. All right. Your life is fine.
my life is, I was just going to try to make a joke about it, and then I considered the situation that I'm in and realized that I had no room to complain. So I shut up.
Hey, are you enjoying being with your kittens again?
Oh my gosh, so much. Basil is literally following me everywhere around the entire house.
Of course.
Yeah, he won't leave me alone. I did a lot of school stuff today, and he just insists on sitting on my lap the whole time. It's very
So
sweet.
cute. I have to admit to you that I was feeling for them on your behalf last week.
Yeah,
I longed for them.
yeah.
It
It was rough for me emotionally,
I'm sure, yeah.
thinking about them.
That's part of what I was thinking about. Like, oh my gosh, this must be,
Yeah,
you're struggling with, I don't want to go back yet because I shouldn't.
I
But
shouldn't,
also,
yeah.
I really need to be near these kittens.
yeah. So
Well,
for context,
Yeah, we should probably update
for context,
folks.
for context, I had major surgery last Monday, so just 8 days ago.
8 days.
8 days ago.
8 days ago.
I was staying with my parents for recovery for about a week, actually exactly a week.
Yeah, exactly.
And I came back to my apartment. What day is it? It's Tuesday? Yesterday. I came back yesterday. But I couldn't bring my 2 kittens with me because they have cats, 3 of them.
We have cats.
Yeah, you have cats. Not my cats have cats. That
Yeah,
would be
I was gonna say,
so cute.
it's very
That would be
cute.
so
I
cute.
was just clarifying. That's all.
My parents have cats. Actually, the girls my boys get along with, but there's one boy cat that they have.
Tripod.
The tripod.
The 3-legged cat.
Yeah,
Who's also a lovely cat.
He is. He's awesome
But-
when my cats aren't there.
But then he is a dick to one of the girl cats.
That's true.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I left my kitties here, and I had my younger sister come check on them once every day or so. But this has been the longest stretch of like they didn't see me for a whole week.
Yeah.
And they've never gone that long without seeing me. And I've never gone that long without seeing them, and it was really hard. But
Yes.
I'm glad to be back, and they're so sweet and wonderful and perfect, and I love them so much.
Why can't everyone be like that? Well, so I think we hinted at this. So we should probably put a bow around the last episode was social contracts, and there was the sick contract at the end, and
Yeah.
so maybe there was a little foreshadowing there.
Yeah, I don't actually remember what we said, how much
Me neither.
we talked about. But the surgery that I got was like a hopeful treatment for one of the things that I've struggled with as a chronic pain problem for a long time. So far, I mean, we can't really see whether it worked or not yet. But I'm very, very hopeful. And honestly, the week of staying at my parents' house in recovery was like, I couldn't stop being like, interesting. Sick contract is being shown right now, right in front of my eyes. Look at all these things these people are doing for me.
Well,
wow.
but also, look at you back in your apartment a week later after major surgery. So, like, I mean, obviously, we never doubted that. Like, part of it is you have that sense of responsibility, and like, you're not taking advantage of anyone. You're just saying, okay, this is how I feel. And then now there was this big procedure, and we all hope that it results in a better lifestyle for you.
I think no matter what, my day-to-day life will be improved. I think there's no question there.
Right.
It's just a matter of to what degree.
Yeah, and how much of the underlying condition is addressed now too.
Yeah, right. But I'm like I said before, I'm very hopeful about it. I really think that this is like I've been working at it for a while, for years, and it's finally happened, and I'm really hopeful about it. So, yeah.
Well,
I feel good about it.
So we should also maybe just like touch on the fact that we did sit down before you went back, and we talked about
oh my gosh,
a plan, right? We had a plan.
My father and I, of the Brew family, I would say that the 8 of us, you and I are the ones that go a little bit cuckoo, crazy, bonkers if there's no plan.
I need to know what's happening.
And for the past 8 episodes, we've kind of just been like...
We done wung it.
Really freewheeling it, guys. And I don't know about you, but it was fun for a time, and then I started being like, come on, like
it's
we need to schedule this shit. So I'm glad we sat down, we planned it out.
So finally. We did that, but we did that, and we said today we had a topic. We didn't tell anybody about the topic, but we had a topic.
We hadn't decided it,
and then we started texting today, and we were like, "Do you got?"
Yeah, we were both just not feeling, I don't know, spunky.
The energy for it.
The silly energy. And I think the topic that we had picked out, which I'm not going to say.
No, I think it's going to work.
I think it's going to be a good episode, but I think that I wouldn't have been able to word all of my thoughts on the topic.
You wouldn't be able to deliver,
Yeah.
So that leaves us with, what are we doing right now?
Well, okay, I'm going to repeat what you said when we first got on this call, which was neither of us are really feeling like our days kind of smack the shit out of us, and neither of us really want to sit down and formally discuss a topic. But the point of the podcast, or the idea of the podcast, was born out of us having a lot of shitty days. And at the ends of those shitty days, deciding to sneak off and talk together and change our attitudes and energy from feeling like shit to enjoying each other's company and feeling better about the world by the end of it.
Yep.
So we decided, fuck the topic. We're going to sit down. We're going to chat like we would. And we're going to turn our attitudes around. And maybe we'll get an episode out of it.
Or maybe we'll just flush the whole damn thing.
Or maybe it'll just be a fun little thing to keep in my computer forever that will never see the light of day.
Yeah. So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking, I think I've had him on here before. Bar Dog.
Oh, Bar Dog. I don't know.
It's Bar Dog Kebsov. It's
Okay.
like $10 or $11. And it's
Okay.
like a perfectly serviceable Cabernet Sauvignon. So,
And I have just
what are you drinking?
remnants of the that Côte de Rhône Rosé. Just whatever. It's whatever. I guess we're almost 10 minutes in. We should probably go ahead and say, hey guys, welcome to episode 0.0. I don't even know what episode this is technically.
If this sees the light of day, you're listening to episode 9.
9, yeah.
Yeah. Episode 8 went out today.
Yeah.
Went live today.
Right.
I haven't checked the listens, but
it's up 40% over the last time you looked. No, 50% over the last time you looked.
Oh my gosh, guys.
I'll let people do their own math there.
Guys, we're going viral.
But so we put together the schedule of what we want to talk about. We've started booking guests. That's important. People should know that.
That's true.
We are also, this is part of the reason, I think this is helping to build some discipline too, even though we feel about a formal topic. We wanted to build the discipline of saying, hey, we're gonna have this talk every Tuesday. And then we're going to publish every Monday. That's the idea. That's the idea of the rhythm of what's going on. Now, tonight almost didn't happen. So first opportunity, we both almost went,
And we didn't publish Monday. We published today.
Yeah, but that was technical issues.
That's true, but I also did just give up. I was like, fuck this. I'm not fighting with this today.
It's one of the Brew family rules.
Sometimes give up.
Give up.
Honestly, guys.
I've finally given up on my idea that I'm going to be a professional golfer. Hey, don't. That's not where you're supposed to laugh.
You know what, Dad? Acceptance is the first step, and for that, I'm proud of you.
I birdied two of the last 5 holes yesterday.
Birdie is one. It's one under par.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good. Good job. I wasn't listening to the rest of what you said.
2 of my last 5 holes.
Wow. Good job. What'd you do for the other 3?
Shh.
Okay. We won't talk about it.
That's not how we do this.
We celebrate the little victories here.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, the hope is that we'll get on a normal schedule.
A posting schedule at the very least.
A posting schedule, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm sure it'll be easier for people if they just know every Monday they are blessed.
Something like that.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. For all of our shallow friends out there, I'm sure you all know Kathleen has been getting shout outs a lot.
Mm-hmm. You met her finally.
And I met her. Not finally. I've met her before.
Oh, you have?
I have. At a bar with you.
Oh, that sounds about right.
I don't know if I want to shout out the bar.
Is it the one we go to a lot?
It's not.
Oh.
It's one of the secret. It's a secret bar and a restaurant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So we can shout that out. That's fine. I like that because I actually go ahead, finish your story because then I'll talk.
That was pretty much the end of my story. It was just that I re-met Kathleen.
Please, embellish.
I re-met Kathleen, and it was a wonderful moment because I was just like wandering, and then she said, "I'm the fan," and I was like, "Oh!" And you said, "This is Kathleen," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Kathleen!"
She's
and
amazing.
We hugged. And I promised her that she was getting more shout-outs in our most recent episode. We shouted her out a lot. And
we did,
she gushed a little bit. So it was just a wonderful meeting a fan kind of experience for me. My first one. So
I'm not used to it. Like I mean, all of our other fans are family, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm used to them being fans of me.
Yeah,
so
right?
This was
They're pretty supportive.
They actually
love
are.
us.
It's
They have to
true.
love us.
They can't get rid of us, so they have to
No.
just make peace with what they've got.
So this is going to be relevant to a tiny little microcosm of people, even of people who listen. But that place that you first met her is Moe's,
Mm-hmm.
the speakeasy at the bottom of Mangiamo's, which, if anybody's familiar with Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Shout out. 616.
Yeah. Mangiamo's is this big old mansion that's
Yeah,
been
it's like a
turned
big
into
old house.
a restaurant. And then one of the family members of the owner opened up her dream speakeasy kind of in the basement, and it's a super creepy old house. But she's freshened up the speakeasy experience, and it's really fun. It's a really cool place. But I was gonna close that loop by telling you that I was over at the club today, and guess who was wandering around?
Was it Mo?
Mo's dad.
Mo's dad.
The owner of
Mangiamo's.
That place of Mangiamo's.
Well,
and we had a great conversation. He's a really sweet guy that seems to care a lot. So
yeah, I hope that place is doing okay.
Seems like they are. Yeah,
okay,
I think
good.
that the outdoor season is about to start, or is starting for them, and it's just like another level up of chaos and busyness for them. It makes it tough, but
that's good. At least it's
busy.
It's busy. Yeah. I brought somebody to Moe's recently who had never been there before, and when we got our drinks, we sat down and they go, "You've ruined me," and I was like, "I've ruined you?" And they were like, "Yeah, because now I just want to go here all the time. I want to take everybody here. This is so cool." It's a pretty cool place.
It's such a good vibe. It's like a cool little they play vinyl. There's candles everywhere. It's perfectly dark, but not too dark.
Right. We the person I was there with, we found a Magic 8 ball and just on a table, and we just started asking it questions, and it was so fun. They also had Uno for those who are interested.
And they have a specific cocktail that they serve a candy cigarette with.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun, guys.
Come on. What are we doing? We're just having too much fun.
We're having too much fun. Who let us have this much fun?
No, it's a great spot.
It is. Yeah. I want to tell you about something.
Okay.
That's happening in...
Do I need to take notes?
No, but it's... I know that
Is it about a time-traveling Disney character again?
No. But I do know that you have controversial opinions about this franchise.
Tee it up.
It's about season 3 of Bridgerton. Part 1 of season 3 of Bridgerton. I'd like to paint you a picture, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But you say what you think right now about me bringing this up.
I'm not saying anything about you, but isn't the chubby little gossip the star now?
Stop. That's so mean. Yes.
What's mean about it? That called her a gossip? Yeah, I guess that's not very nice.
Spoiler alert. She is Lady Whistledown, for those who are not in the know. She's the author of the gossip column.
Yeah. That's what
But nobody knows that she's the author, except for one person.
I figured it out after season 1. Didn't everybody?
Well, they revealed it to us at the end.
Not maybe at the end. I'm saying I've only watched one season, so.
Yeah, you watched the worst season.
Really?
Season 1 is not good. Nobody likes that season. Nobody goes back and rewatches that season. I love season 2 because it's about the oldest brother of the Bridgerton siblings.
Yeah.
And he's very, like, oldest child energy.
Okay.
And I relate to him.
Even though you're not the oldest child?
Well, but kind of I am, though. But then his love interest is another oldest child. And she's like...
Okay.
So I love them together.
Read me into season 2 here. Is season 2 the one where is this the one in India?
It's not in India, but the love interest is they come from India.
Oh. Oh, very saucy.
Right. Well, right. Which is something, to my knowledge, I haven't read the books, but to my knowledge, this is something that the show came up with. Because I'm pretty sure I remember when they announced casting for season 2, and, like, the main love interest and her younger sister were very clearly, like, Indian women. Everybody was just losing their minds because in the book, her character is blonde and blue-eyed. And they were like, she's not book accurate. It's like, well...
It's all about the canon. Well, wait, in season 1, does the book actually have, like, a biracial romance?
Black people in it? No.
That's what I was going to say.
No, like, it doesn't.
So the TV series has been doing that to try to make it a little more modern day accessible.
Right. So, like, this is something that they've been doing. But, okay, I need to talk my shit about season 3. Because...
Okay, I thought we were going to talk about the season 1 rape, but go ahead.
Oh, my God. Okay. We're in agreement about this. I don't like season 1. I don't like it.
It's problematic on a lot of levels.
It's really bad. And it's like, not like, I don't like her and I don't like him, so why would I care about their relationship? Like,
Bingo.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which is why I didn't watch season 2.
Well, I remember in season 1 the whole time I was like, damn, that oldest brother is really cute and seems to be the most reasonable one of the group.
Didn't he disappear during season 1? Didn't he, like, go away at some point?
That's Colin, who's the love interest of season 3.
In season 3, okay. See, I don't even remember.
Well, there are... Okay, so Bridgerton is, like, it's about...
By the way, welcome to our Bridgerton episode.
Welcome to our Bridgerton podcast. This is a Bridgerton podcast, no. So each season is, like, a different Bridgerton siblings' love story.
Okay.
So season 1 was Daphne's, and she's the 4th born.
Oh.
Season 2 was Antony's, and he's the 1st born. And season 3 was Colin's, and he's the 3rd born. Because they're alphabetical. I know. There you go. It's pretty ridiculous. But it's fun.
Okay.
It is fun. But I want to complain about season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem with season 3. Season 3 follows Colin and the little gossip girl. Their love story. You shouldn't call her
little. That's very, very demeaning.
She is little. She's very short.
Yeah, but...
Also, her actress is, like, almost 40, and she looks 20. Yes.
I remember
crazy.
When in season 1, I mean, I'm assuming it's roughly 1 season per year, she looked 15.
Yeah, she looks very young, but she's almost 40. It's very... It's
you go, girl. Whatever you're doing.
Right?
It's working. Anyway.
But, okay, so these two, they've been, like, the build-up has lasted for now 3 seasons because they knew each other in season 1, knew each other in season 2, and the whole point is she's in love with him and he has no idea. And he is, like, just sees her as a friend. And at the end of season 2, she overhears him talking to his friends and saying, like, oh, I would never court her. Like, oh my God, can you imagine? Ew. She overhears this and is like, wow, fuck that guy. And so season 3 begins with Colin being like, Penelope's mad at me and I don't know why. And Penelope's like, I'm going to be hot this year, which, awesome. But they lead up to it, like, acting like Penelope doesn't really give a shit about him anymore. And he's desperately in love with her and is going to, like, grovel and, like, make up for being kind of a dick to her.
Wait, what? That sounds the opposite of what you were describing.
Well, it flips. Season 3, it flips.
Oh, okay.
Where she's like, fuck that guy. He was horrible to me.
And then suddenly he's like, oh my gosh, I gave up what I really
And then
wanted.
she becomes hot, and he's like, oh my God, she's hot and nice to me. I don't know. He has this whole scene where he, like, is confessing to her his feelings. And everything that he says is not something about her. It's something that she does for him. It's like
perfect.
It's like, you always listen to me
from our
and you care about
episode.
what I say, and you've always been there for me. And it's like, okay, but also she's like super smart and is running her own business, and it's like funny and interesting. But he didn't list any of those things. So I'm not a Colin fan anyway.
Narcissist says what?
Right.
So I think that you got to be really careful during our Bridgerton episode here about not giving away future episodes. Because, topics can crisscross applesauce.
What would our future episodes be?
Well, you're hitting on a couple of topics that could be future episodes. One of them is our proposed topic for tonight, and another one would be misogyny.
Ooh. True. Well, I feel like if people have listened up to this point, they would be able to predict a little bit of what I would say about misogyny. I hope.
Yeah, you'd say, I'm all for it.
It's my favorite thing.
It helps keep women on edge and really striving for excellence.
Men are our masters, and we must listen to them and do as they say. Oh.
No, it's the whole iron sharpens iron, You need... No.
Oh, boy.
That's not at all what I mean.
It's a very Brew family opinion.
Yeah, ignorant and just for the guffaws.
Yeah. But so they split this season into 2 parts, which is the first time they've done that. And also, the season is already only 8 episodes total.
Right. Yeah, but they're like hour-plus long episodes.
They're like about an hour each.
That's a lot of content.
You'd think, right? You'd think it is. But this season is supposed to be all about Colin and Penelope and their relationship and, like, watching it, like, blossom. But we barely got any screen time from them. Like, it was mostly... It was a little bit of the couple from last season, which I was fine with, but then they disappeared. It was a younger Bridgerton sibling, Francesca, this is not her season.
I was going to say, it's not her, it's not her season yet.
Like,
that's F.
She's cute. That's F. It's not yet. Like, she's cute,
A, B,
but...
C, D, E. She's season 6.
She's at least season 6. So they talked, like, they spent a lot of time on Francesca, and it was fine. I don't know, she's cute, but, like, meh. And then a ton of time on just a random family that were, like, background characters, basically, for season 1 and season 2, that suddenly we care a lot about their story and what's going on with them.
Huh.
And
is it going anywhere?
Like, I mean, the whole drama for them is they were a regular family, and then they were somehow, they inherited a lordship. And so now they're part of society, and they're like going to balls and like going on the hunt, but they still own a business, and that's a problem.
Ooh,
and
that's
it's
so
like,
dirty.
I don't care about these people. Why are we spending so much time with these people? And then also, there's this weird side plot with a woman who was the villain of the previous 2 seasons. Suddenly we're supposed to care about her and, like, what's going on with her at home. Like, her dad's a little mean to her and, like, cut her dress buying budget in half. And now it's like, oh no. Like, Cressida has an abusive family. It's like, no, she doesn't. She doesn't. She's rich. Everybody calm down. Like, I don't care.
It's abusive when I can't get my dresses, Daddy.
But the end of part 1 is this, like, big makeout scene between the love interests, Colin and Penelope. Big makeout scene, and then Colin proposes to her. They've spent, like barely any time together.
Is that...
Basically, that's how it feels. That's how it feels.
Yeah, that's not very satisfying.
Right, and then it ends, and then we wait a month for part 2, and I'm like, this was disappointing and bad. And all of them have like TikTok makeup on, and like, like there's this thing that people say where it's like, this face has seen an iPhone. This is a face that has seen an iPhone, and I can't accept that it's in a period drama. You are a modern face.
So who's doing this show?
Is it Shonda Rhimes? I think it's Shonda Rhimes.
Hang on. But what studio?
Shondaland. She owns...
it's her own studio.
Yeah, she also does Grey's Anatomy.
Well, that's not a real thing anymore, is it?
I think it's still going, dude.
Is it really?
I think so. Since 2005.
I would say Grey's Anatomy is fully gray, dead, rotten, and done.
I think their
the
main
entire
character...
anatomy under the earth.
Well, Grey's
Have a nice
Anatomy...
service.
It's named after Meredith Grey, right? I mean, it's named after, Grey's Anatomy, the book, the anatomy book, but it's spelled for her last name because it's about her. She's, like, the main character. And I think the actress left last season. So they're still going.
That's why I thought it was dead.
I don't think she's part of the show anymore. I don't know how they're still going. But they seem to be. But this is, like, a big studio. Like,
yeah.
Shonda Rhimes is a big deal.
Well, I know. I mean, like, obviously, you put something like Bridgerton together, you're like, legit. You're doing big stuff.
Right.
But if you get to a point where you're trying too hard...
It felt like they were just trying to jam too much into, like, 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it just kind of diluted everything to where it was, like, a bunch of really shallow storylines that I just did not care about.
We should like that. We're the shallow end.
Oh, no. You're right.
That is sad because it's like they're stealing joy from you because just do your thing.
Like, I know you can do this well.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Like, you proved it. Like, why'd you screw it up? Why'd you change it?
Yeah. I also, hang on, I'm struggling to spell season. Oh, okay. So season 2 was in 2022. March of 2022. So they took 2 years to give us this.
Can we just say COVID or no, not anymore? We can't
not
say
anymore.
That.
Although writers' strike.
Oh, writers' strike. Yep,
they were filming during writers' strike.
Hollywood COVID. Yeah.
Hollywood COVID. So I guess that's an excuse for why the writing is terrible, but
well, I mean, even The Chosen had to pause for the writers'
really?
strike.
Okay, talk about The Chosen. Explain The Chosen.
Well, they got permission to finish the season they were on, but then I think they were delayed a little bit to start the next one. But,
what season are they on right now?
4,
how many are out?
I think we're in the middle of the 4th season, and I think that they're saying it's 6 or 7 seasons total.
Wow. Okay. So
for people who don't know, I mean, I'm talking to a room of 20 people, but so yeah, The Chosen was like the initially crowdfunded story of Jesus, produced, written by the son of the guy who wrote the Left Behind series, which if you grew up Christian,
I did not know that.
in the 80s or 90s, you would know the Left Behind series is pretty whack. It's like sci-fi Christianity. But the series is like an attempt to kind of just put the Christian version of Jesus stories like authentically out there in a very human way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's brilliantly done. I think the storytelling is really well done. I think that the pacing is great. They're clearly not trying to rush anything because they're taking 6 or 7 seasons or whatever it is.
Which is the way they should do it.
Right. And I think it's great actors.
And even as like, I'm not even really like, go back and listen to our religion episode if you care to know more about my views. But I wouldn't say I identify with the Christian or Catholic faiths or like any faith that really is like Jesus-y. But I watched the first two seasons.
Yeah,
I think with you guys, and like sobbed at these episodes. Like these are
really well done,
beautiful, really well done, not preachy, which is always my problem with these kinds of movies or shows, where it's like it doesn't seem like Jesus is talking. It seems like the guy who's producing this show is talking. Like
right.
You know?
Yeah, no question.
But that's not how this feels at all.
Yeah, that's what I like about it too, is like this feels, I mean, it really just feels like good quality storytelling on film, and it elicits human emotion. And that's what they want. Like,
right.
Their goal is to help you to understand, hey, this is who we think Jesus is. Please get to know him, really. But to be able to present that and have someone who isn't a believer still appreciate it and go, that's kind of cool. Like it's kind of again, like a period drama.
Yeah.
With well constructed characters that you follow through the storyline. It's believable.
Yeah.
In a sense, like if you're not a believer, you're not going to believe in some of the stuff that goes on, but it's not like super over the top stupid.
Yeah.
There's, moments where if you watch a Star Wars movie, you're going to be like, I know there aren't really lightsabers and the Force isn't a real thing, but I get into the moment and I like it. And it's just, so I think that the fact that they've produced something that is accessible on all those levels, where someone just with a critical, non-believing eye can appreciate it and enjoy it, that's a credit to them.
Yeah. It is also more fun to watch when you have like the background knowledge of having a Catholic upbringing, where I like know these stories already. I know like what the significance of each of these things is.
Yeah, that's true.
So seeing them, like, it's so different from sitting in mass and listening to these stories be read out in like weird jilted language versus seeing like a real person and watching it happen and like really getting the significance of it, rather than having to have it explained to me because it's not translated as well.
One of the things that they did at the very beginning when they were just trying to build it all up is they had a priest, a minister, and a rabbi, and they had like a roundtable talk after each episode. And I don't even know whether they still do that. It might just be so overwhelming to try to coordinate that at this point, but it was really fascinating because the guy behind it, Dallas Jenkins, he was there and they would go through different scenes And then each of these faith traditions would weigh in on what he got right, what he got wrong, what they would have done differently, or what they think that it was like. And none of them were mean. They were all like, they were all clearly happy that he was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to hear different perspectives then. So you get that really, you get that like sort of animated version of the story that's on just a page.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get these people who have studied it for their entire lives giving their feedback. And it's like, oh, so this guy had one vision of it based on all the things that he's lived and learned. And then all these people have studied their whole lives to know these stories. And they have their own little feedback and everything. It's like, huh, interesting. It's where I'm like, maybe I'm just going to go to the heart of it and be like, if I watch that scene and it makes me weep, it's telling me something. There's something real there.
Even like the way that I look at it, it's like, even if it's not telling me like God is real and Jesus is the Son of God, like even if that is not what I'm like, the message I'm getting from it is, I'm still getting like, look at how just a kind man being kind to everyone in the way that he says he will be. Look at how that affects the people around him, and look at the effect that can have on people.
Right.
And even if it's not a religious reasoning behind it, I can still take that message and try to live it out in my life.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, like, if you show me a bunch of morality plays where the golden rule is handed to me over and over and over again, it's going to be impactful for me. I'm going to be like, oh, I should really try hard to not be a dick.
Right.
And in the end, being a dick is kind of hard. Like, it takes a lot of effort to remember all the ways you're supposed to continue to be awful.
Okay. That has never been my experience.
You're just naturally gifted.
I'm really good at it.
Well,
it's a lot of energy.
You're glad you're not giving lessons in it, at least.
Yeah, at least. I'm trying really hard also. A lot of the time. I think people can tell. I think my family especially can tell when I stop trying. And then they're all like, you're being really mean. Can you pull it together?
I feel like we have that going on in our family a lot. Like, every once in a while, everyone goes through it. It's like, what is your issue? I don't know.
What is going on with you? Why are you being such a dick?
That's me the last 2 days. Like,
yeah.
I left this morning and I said to your mom, I'm going to try to come back with a better attitude. And she was like, that'd be good.
At least
stone cold. That'd be good.
That'd be good. I can imagine her doing that. At least you recognized that you were like, I'm not doing well, and this needs to turn around. Like, I literally you should see my Google search history since my operation.
Oh gosh, do I want to?
Because I knew that, like, whatever, we'll just say it. I had a hysterectomy that was my operation. And there's a lot of, like, emotional turbulence reported with people getting hysterectomies. But I thought that my experience would be a little bit different, because I have known that I didn't want kids, so it wasn't like a sacrifice to treat. It was like an added benefit to the treatment. But like all of these things that I saw were like, you'll be really sad, and you'll like feel like you lost something, and you'll be grieving, and it will last probably about a month and a half, but it will go away. And I haven't experienced sadness, but I have experienced rage. Like, I'm so mad, like, all the time. at everyone. So I did want to come back here, but also I was like, I can't spend another day
Right.
living with my family because relationships are going to be damaged permanently.
You don't, yeah, well, but also living here is different. You like, we were talking about this yesterday. Like, you like space. You like your alone time. I like space and alone time. I think Mom's gotten to the point where she likes space and alone time. Colby, he lives here. I see him every once in a while. So we do have that in our family. Like, we don't want to just be together all the time.
True.
And you went through a major situation where you kind of like couldn't, it wasn't that you couldn't fend for yourself, but you needed to be here. Mm-hmm. Which in your brain probably translates as helplessness, trapped. Like, I can picture exactly how your mental state was going, and I was actually shocked you waited as long as you did to go back. And I was happy for it. Of course, I love it when you're here, so it's not that. But
the reason, honestly, here's why I waited so long. I was told that I wasn't allowed to pick up more than 10 pounds because even if you feel like you can, you could be ripping internal stitches.
Yeah, right.
And I live at the top floor of my apartment, and I knew that the bag that I had brought was more than 10 pounds. And I was like, if I could get into my apartment, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But can I carry my things up the stairs yet? And I waited until I was like really sure that I could.
Yeah. Well,
so that I didn't. I know. I considered other things where I was like, I'll make Maggie drive also and then carry my bag up and make her drive back. Like, that's crazy.
Well, she did it a couple times for your cats.
She did it to make sure they were fed.
Right. I'm just saying, like,
that makes sense to me.
If she was going to do it for your cats, she would do it for you.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, also, I don't know if you know this, but I have a bit of a pride issue.
You?
Shocker. I know. Shocker. Which I struggled with a little bit in recovery because I am grateful that everybody around me wanted to help me out and make sure that everything was taken care of and I could just rest as much as possible. But, like, sometimes I want to get up and get my own goddamn water for the love of God. And I don't need somebody to guilt me about that. A lot of
references to God about that, but right there.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't believe anything?
Oh. I'm trying to
for the love of
God,
God damn it.
I'm trying to censor that a little bit because Mom does not like it.
No, she doesn't.
So I do have to get better at that. But
well, she's got to censor some things too.
She's pretty good at it, I think.
Getting there.
She thinks. I know that she thinks a lot of stuff that she doesn't say.
That's very true. 2 cocktails in, there's no filter. It's hilarious.
I love it because the mean stuff that she says to me, I already know she thinks that about me. So it's not like a shocker.
Yeah, it actually is kind of just fun to have it come out.
Yes, it's refreshing when people just
let loose.
Oh my gosh. Like, I reconnected with a friend lately, and he has always been somebody that has not been afraid of how I'll react to the things that he says, for better or for worse. For better or for worse.
Is that a mutual thing? Do you think you can?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing?
I hurt his feelings a lot. But like the
Good
first
job.
couple of times that we hung out after we reconnected, and he would just like say some like really inappropriate, like you're not supposed to say that to somebody that you really barely know at this point, but that were true and that I needed to hear. It's like refreshing. Like, oh my gosh. Thank you for just saying that instead of.
So,
yeah.
We're going to get a little too close to, not really. Like, I will say this. I really appreciate friendships that do that for me. I do not want that from my spouse. Too close. Like,
really?
I don't want the
Why
sharpest. I don't want the sharpest knife right next to my heart. I would.
Yeah.
I want somebody out here to be able to bruise me and keep me in shape, but I do not want.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Like, how can you ever actually be vulnerable around your partner if you're always feeling like they could be stabbing you at any moment? I get that.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I also struggle with, like, if you're not being honest with me about this thing for the sake of my feelings, how can I ever trust you to be really, truly honest with me?
Yeah, I don't think
when I need to hear something.
Right.
You know?
And I agree with that. I don't mean it quite like that. I mean more like I don't want a relationship with my spouse to be all about that verbal sparring where you're just really on edge and you're able to throw jabs that are really personal and potentially hurtful. I want it to be like, I totally agree with what you're saying. Like, you do want to have that transparency and vulnerability to somebody that you're committed to. But I don't believe in a relationship is going to be really, really successful because you're able to say the worst possible things to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you get good at what you practice.
Right.
Please don't practice being mean to me.
Right. I guess I didn't mean like we're mean to each other.
Yeah.
Although we also
but you
are
kind
that.
of did say that.
Like, we are also mean to each other. But like, yes, but that's a separate thing. Also, he's also able to, like, when he's delivering these like truth bombs into my life, it's not like, haha, look at how sucky this part of your life is. It's like, is this what's going on in your brain while this is happening? And then I'm like, holy shit. Yes. And it's, or
that makes sense to me.
Very honest feedback.
Right. That's a friend. That's
it's like
there's somebody who really understands you, like understands your brain.
The problem with, I think, being my mother's daughter is people are scared of me. Like, and people don't like talk back to me a lot.
Well, and it's rare that you meet somebody that understands what's going on in your head.
Yeah, I would say almost never have I met somebody like that.
And by the way, those people are dangerous because the two of you get together and like could be,
it's like a spiral.
Some kind of nuclear thing goes on and then the world ends. We don't want that.
Right.
When the wrong superheroes get together, it's not good.
They're supervillains.
I don't know. There's an Umbrella Academy thing here, but I can't.
Hell yeah. I'd be Vanya.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd be 5.
I would not be
You'd be 5.
That tiny little asshole? Oh, that's so mean.
You would be. The only one that actually knows what's going on.
He's the one. Can he teleport? What's his thing? Teleport or like time travel?
Yeah, he translocates or whatever and can move through time too, I guess.
Yeah, I would love that power.
Would you though?
Yes. Oh my gosh, if I could just think and move from a place to another place.
Hey
that would be
guys,
amazing.
Yeah, you could just like, I'm out. This party sucks.
It's like, fuck this. It's like the best Irish goodbye possible. You don't even have to find a door. You could just disappear. That's perfect.
Yeah, the comic goodbye.
Yeah, poof. And then there's like some dust on the ground where I was, and that's how they know. Oh, Rebecca left.
Or a really awkward mannequin. Pieces of a mannequin.
Yeah, that's my wife. Bye. God damn it. Put some respect on her name, please.
I am going to refill. So please pause. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, we're at 55 minutes.
I think we're just getting started.
We're just ramping up. All right, let me refill mine too then. I did not riff. I decided that we would just cut
it out, yeah.
Yeah, there's no more?
They're watching a movie upstairs, so I might as well.
Oh, what are they watching?
Ready?
Oh.
Oh, that was disappointing.
I didn't hear it at all. I think your mic leveled it out for you.
It just kind of came out flat, and we'll see. They're watching 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that.
I don't even remember. I know I remember the movie, but I don't remember watching it. So, but that's not uncommon. So, what are you looking forward to the rest of this week? Anything fun happening?
What am I looking forward to? I might go into the lab, depending on how I feel. I keep thinking, like, in the morning, like, the first hour of the morning is pretty painful because I have to get up and take medication. And then once it kicks in, I'm like, why am I sitting around for the rest of the day? I can go do stuff. And then I feel guilty for the rest of the day for not having, like, stuff to do, like stuff set up to do.
Oh, you're an adult. Yay.
Because I'm like still technically in recovery. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go into the lab. I have the first assignment in my class due on Friday.
Which class? What is this one?
It's physical chemistry.
Oh, boring.
So like I like it.
I'm kidding.
It's like thermodynamics and like energy and force and stuff like that.
Oh, so like burning shit up? Yeah.
Not actually doing that, but thinking about how that works at a molecular level.
Oxidation?
Also, we will be covering redox reactions. So yes, a little bit of oxidation.
You know my favorite my favorite podcaster these days, right?
If it's I think it is, then yeah. And yes.
The Rogue Master.
Oh boy.
If you just want pure comedy, and I only lasted 25 minutes on this thing, okay?
Wow.
But if you want pure comedy, go episode 2152.
Oh my God, that's so many episodes.
So many episodes.
That's a lot of episodes.
It's Terrence Howard, who is an actor. He was in Iron Man. He was Lieutenant Rhodes or whatever in Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, seemed like totally cool guy. Like,
yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, it's like I would like to.
Rhodey.
Yeah. He's a fucking loon.
No, what's wrong with him? Why?
You have to listen, and this is why you have to listen.
Why?
As someone who's getting a degree in actual science, you have to listen to him incoherently explain his version of the periodic table of elements. I've since seen a little review of this episode, and they said the most off the rails Joe Rogan podcast yet.
All right.
This guy believes that modern science is all based on a linear model of the universe. It doesn't actually reflect reality. And the physical reality is the periodic table of elements should be a spiral. And the forces are he's incoherent.
That's insane.
But okay. Listen to it just to get the laughs.
Tell me what the fuck does he mean his own periodic table of elements? Does he mean like same elements but rearranged differently because we don't actually know what they weigh?
No, he says that there's shit.
You didn't listen.
He couldn't even explain it very well. Right. So I'm going to give it my best shot. And apparently what he's talking about is something that someone a while back came up with. And it was the idea of taking that periodic table and instead of having it in the kind of linear chart form where horizontally and vertically there are similarities, right? Like that's how I learned the periodic table is like there are similarities up and down and then across. His argument is many of these elements are not unique elements. They're on a spiral and one element is actually just if you double it, then we call it a different element, but it's the same thing with a different energy level.
We don't call it a different element. It's wrong.
No, he's saying.
Oh, we should call it a different.
No, he's saying that we call. I mean, I'm going to say it wrong, but he's like. He's also using terminology that's not scientific at all. So he's saying things like, if you take hydrogen and you go up an octave, you get oxygen. And if you go up another octave, you get lithium. And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. None of that is science. But anyway, but he's basically saying, like, this one resonates at this hertz. And this one doubles it to here. And this one is like, so he's got his whole like pseudoscience and
my favorite thing, I don't know if you can read the sarcasm. I fucking hate this shit. Is when people who
really like, smart actors.
No, it's like people who are like all into like energy, you know, which I agree with a lot of like the base stuff that they say. It's just where they're like, yeah, like the charges in your body have to equalize. It's like, do you have any idea what you're talking about?
Nope.
Do you have any idea what you're talking about? The charges in your body have to equalize? Yes, things in your body are charged. Did you know that something in your body having a negative charge doesn't mean that it's bad? It just means it's a scientific assignment of value. It's not a moral good or bad.
Right.
Stop using terms that you don't know the definition of to explain shit that you don't even know how to explain. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
But also, please do touch grass.
This is the rage I was talking about. I'm really mad about this right now.
It's well-deserved on this one. But by the way, we're just getting started. I'm going to give you chapter 2
Give me more stuff to be mad about.
Chapter 2.
Yeah.
There's another piece that he was saying where there's everything is misinterpreted in modern science. And his whole thing is that there is a breathing in and a breathing out. There is an intake and an output, and all things have to be balanced. And so when you talk about, I think he was talking about like magnetism and electricity. And
Okay.
no, just wait. And he's like, those are opposites.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to explain how one breathes in and one breathes out. And then there's like, he's trying to take like the quantum stuff, like the strong and the weak nuclear forces, and like how, and gravity,
Right.
and eventually he wound up saying something along the lines of, we're about to break gravity. Right? I mean, I know we've got an obesity problem in the country, but we're not about to break gravity.
We're gonna break gravity. Did he elaborate on what the
I don't
fuck
know.
that
I
means?
quit listening.
Okay, you were like, nothing in my life is gonna be improved or added to by
Uh-oh.
listening to this motherfucker talk.
I don't know whether it's credit that I deserve, but this guy started. It was probably a 30-minute unbroken stream of this guy talking, which is one of the things Rogan will let you do. Like, I don't. If he doesn't have to like push the narrative, he'll just like let you go. You want to go
Let it
sound like a
fly.
fool? Sound like a
Yeah.
fool. I think it was pretty much at the beginning. He was like, "Hey Joe, what was your first memory?" And Rogan was like, I don't know. I'm not good at memories. Maybe like 5 or 6 years old. And then the guy just went in and he was like, I remember before I was born.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, but I remember. I have
Liar.
all these memories, and he's talking this whole story, and then he talking about how he goes back to that place in his dreams, and this guy gives him this flower of knowledge, and he's fucking
He needs
broken.
to seek actual help. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. He's also been
That's
married 3 times and beat the crap out of his wife.
Okay,
So,
maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. What's this guy's name?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. No, I am thinking of the right guy. That's such a shame.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, it's not Diddy, it's Terrence Howard.
What a psycho. Dang.
Yeah, exactly.
Listed after spouse is one of his spouses, and then there's a more link. That's a bad sign.
He married a lady, and then they got divorced, and then he married her again.
And then remarried
her. And then they got divorced again.
Yeah, I see.
And then he's married 2 other women since then, I think.
Oh my goodness. Yep, you're correct. That's crazy.
And one of them said that he had a domestic assault accusation.
Based on that, I believe it.
He's a little weird. Not a little weird. That's
psycho. Yeah.
I mean,
he could have slotted into our conspiracy theories episode pretty nicely.
Yeah, but instead we had to talk about what was her name? Bridget
Mendler.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like her
Disney
a little bit
princess.
more than this guy.
I like the idea of time travelers that take advantage to like fulfill their silly little.
Yes.
Like, I've always wanted to be blah, blah, blah. Like, that's a much nicer way of using time travel than.
Yeah.
I think I can go fix the world.
Right. I'm going to go kill Hitler as a baby.
Yeah. And then what?
Yeah. Then what?
Germany's suddenly solved? Like.
All of the things that were happening.
Read your history.
That let World War II happen just disappear.
I mean, yeah.
Hitler's dead. So
Hitler's a bad dude, but that didn't, like, just getting rid of him didn't solve the problem.
Do you think? Here's a fun question.
Just like getting rid of Trump doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah, but I hate him.
Well, I do too, but that doesn't mean we solve the problem. There's still a bunch of loons out there.
That's true. I have a question for you.
Okay, go.
It's fun. Do you think that if
I don't. Oh, wait.
Were given the opportunity, ignore like, well, it wouldn't really solve anything. Like, it would probably still happen even if he had been murdered as a baby. Do you think if a wizard showed up and said, I can travel you back into baby Hitler's nursery, he'll just be laying in his bassinet, and if you are able to murder this baby, the Holocaust will not happen? Would you be able to look at this baby and murder that baby?
Yeah, so I get put back into the crib. I'm a baby.
No.
I'm a baby?
No,
and
you are you.
Oh, I am me.
You are you.
I'm a full adult human.
You're a full adult human.
Okay,
Hitler
now I have
is a baby.
Wait, I got to get bigger. Okay.
Well, you're already... Okay.
Now I'm looking at the baby.
Hitler's a baby in the crib. Nobody's in the room with you. The wizard has promised you that if you kill this guy, this baby, the Holocaust will not happen.
There's only one baby in the crib, right?
It's just Hitler.
It's not Schrodinger's baby?
It's not Schrodinger's baby. Could you murder a baby knowing that it's Hitler and knowing that you would save millions of people's lives? Could you do it?
I don't know. I'm not sure I could. I think I might be the idiot that would pick up the baby and hug it and say, "You don't have to do all that stuff.
You can be
love
good.
you.
I promise. You can be good." And then you put it back down and hope. Yeah.
And then, of course, the baby at age 6 would be like, "That's the guy that touched me when I didn't want to be touched. Kill him."
No, he would have no memories of it because he's not special like that one guy. But that's okay. I think that a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I would just kill Hitler."
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think you could.
I don't think I could do it.
I don't think you could. I don't think most people could.
And that's wild because even like you're saying, setting it up,
even knowing,
even with the knowledge, I'm not sure I have it in me to stick.
To actually kill a baby. I think Mom could.
Mom could. She's even got a term for it.
Snick. Yeah, I think Mom could do it. I think Mom, oh my gosh. I need to tell you about this conversation. I need to tell you about this conversation we had because it's very similar. She was reading a book.
Are you good telling everybody about this?
Yes, it's
Did you bring enough stories for the whole class?
I think it's the Red Rising series, which I don't enjoy, but the rest of the family likes. But I think it's this series where he has to kill somebody that he knows in order to be risen to the higher ranks. And then he doesn't know, but once he kills this person, they get brought back to life afterwards. But he doesn't know that while he's doing it. So it's like somebody close to him that he has to murder.
Abraham, Isaac kind of stuff.
Right. And Mom was talking about this, and she was saying if she had to choose a child to kill, she would choose me.
Wow.
And I was like, I agree with you. I think you should choose me too, but I'm curious to know why you would choose me.
Yes, please tell me.
And she said, because you're allowed in the room together before it happens. And I'm allowed to talk to you. So I would say, Rebecca, it's okay. You'll come back to life. I'm just doing this so I can get to this higher level. But Maggie and Colby were both in the room, and Patrick was in the room. And she said, Maggie, even if I said that, you would be personally hurt by it, and you would never forgive me for it. Colby, I don't remember what she said to Colby. She said, Patrick, I think would be too scared and would never let me do it, or would make it hard for me, would cry and whatever. And she was like, yeah, I think, Rebecca, I would kill you. And I was like,
I feel so known and loved.
Huh. I don't know how to thank you. I don't
No, that's not good.
Cool.
Yikes.
Good to know. I was a little bit honored that she was like, I could explain it to you and you would get it. and I wouldn't feel like worried about you. So it was a little.
I think you got gaslit there. You'd be
Maybe.
okay with it if I murdered you, right, Rebecca?
Well, I agree with her that I would be. I agree with her that I would be most likely of the 6 children to be like, if you have to do it to somebody, like, might as well be me. You know?
Yikes.
Like, there was one time we were walking along, at the cottage, we were walking along M22, and it was her, me, Maggie, and Patrick, and she initially was walking on the outside, like by the cars, and I moved her to the inside, and I was like, let me walk here. Because if one of us is killed, it should be me, because people need you, a lot more people need you to be alive than they need me to be alive. And she was like, you're right. And then we moved on.
I've had pretty much the exact same conversation with her, where I go along the traffic, and I'm like, I'm going to do this because I have the most life insurance. And I'm pretty sure I felt her nudge me closer to traffic.
No, that's horrible. That could have been something I brought up. Like, my life ain't insured, girl.
Yeah. Hers is, but.
Yeah, but to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
Oof. How'd we end up here?
I don't know. You're the one that was talking about murder.
Yeah. Ow. My guts. My guts hurt.
It's not really your guts.
It's around my guts.
It's that powerful core. It's recovering.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my scabs fell off today. You're welcome.
And that's the kind of quality content that people subscribe for. One of my scabs fell off today.
One of my scabs fell off today. It was a big moment for me because it was one of the incision sites that I was worried about, but it looks fine. So.
Well,
all's
it was
well.
one of the ones that was more bruised up.
Only one of them was bruised, but it was one of the ones that was like it's it's hard.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Well,
and like kind of swollen.
To me, it looks like the ones on the sides were having more issues.
They're like some's all the way on on the outsides.
You weren't
They're
having
just more
issues
sensitive.
with any of them. Yeah, they were just more, you felt them more.
Yeah. But I think I'm over the hill.
I'm definitely over the hill.
Well, you're 51.
I think you're just saying you're feeling better.
I am feeling better. I
like that.
I almost went on a run today.
No, you didn't.
I did. I thought about it.
That's a bad idea.
I know. And then I looked up how long I was supposed to wait. And also it was like 83 degrees.
Yeah, it's hot.
So I said no.
It was when I ran this morning, it was cold.
Cold?
Yeah. It was such a bipolar Michigan day.
Polar.
When I went outside, it was right around 60, but
that's nice.
But it was wet. It was like foggy, misty 60. So it's like that wet 60. So it was just cold. And then I did my run and I got back and didn't bother me. But by the time I got back, I'm like, this is great. Now I get to be hot and cold at the same time.
Yeah, because hot and with cold water on me.
Still felt cold, but I was sweating. So I don't know how to manage that.
I don't know how to manage that either.
I just don't want to go downstairs into the basement and run into all the cat piss.
The pee, yeah. It's pretty gross. I think we've done our duties. Hour 20 minutes.
Are you feeling like this is something we want to share with the world?
I don't know. What do you think? I think we talked about interesting things. I had a fun time.
I had a fun time.
Maybe this is one of the things that we publish and we say this is a ramble episode. Only the real fans will listen.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
And if you don't care to, then don't. Check that again.
Yeah. Well, let's just say sometimes it be what it be, right?
Sometimes it be what it be. It do what it did and it be what it baw. And suck it also.
But also...
What is going on?
Special guest.
Fred is here. Little
Special
ginger
guest
tripod.
Fred. Hey, boy.
Hi, Fred.
Look.
Oh, he's so cute.
Look up.
Oh. For those of you who aren't watching this episode,
we have our... I gotta give him space so he can get up.
What platform
Ouch.
is...
Don't.
Oh,
There you go.
he's stabbing you. What platform is the video available on? I actually don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what you're
That's
uploading.
That's a great sign.
I feel like you're uploading video to all of them. So I think...
Not on Spotify.
I thought there was video on Spotify. I don't know what the hell's going on, Rebecca.
When we upload, there's no video on Spotify.
Maybe just YouTube then?
Maybe Apple Podcasts?
Do they do video? I don't even know. I don't look at Apple Podcasts.
I don't either because I'm not crazy.
Yeah, there's no video on Spotify.
Yeah, I know that.
Huh. I don't know why we're recording video then.
Well, it is uploaded to something because I've watched video before. Just to check to make sure it was good.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah, Apple Podcasts, there's video.
Is there really?
Okay.
Why not on Spotify?
I don't know. But I've never seen video on Spotify.
I've
for any
watched
podcast.
Rogan on Spotify with video.
Oh. Well, maybe he's special.
Well, he's definitely special.
Well, okay, so for those of you who listen on other platforms and always hear us talking about for the video,
it is
Apple
available.
Podcasts is where you should go if you want to see the video. But if you don't care and you just want to hear our beautiful voices, that's fine too, and I get it. But we're going to wrap it up. I am going to announce...
Next week. Oh, wait. What are you going to announce? Are you changing it?
What the fuck? Hang on.
What'd you do?
Sorry, I accidentally started playing our other episode.
Are you listening to your own tracks?
I didn't mean to.
You're wearing the band t-shirt to the concert?
I'm going to announce our next topic.
I can't wait to hear this because I'm not sure where you're going.
Or not our next topic, but what our plan is for the next
Okay.
episode. We changed this. What is in my planner is not correct, I don't think.
Well, I think it's going to have to be. I think what's in your...
It is a guest episode.
Mr. Finch?
Okay. That's what we changed it to. Because I still have it for somebody else.
We changed it to Mr. Finch.
Okay.
We'll call him Mr. Finch.
We'll call him Mr. Finch because that's actually a character in Bridgerton.
Oh, no.
Is Mr. Finch. Not joking.
Let's do a callback on that one.
That's crazy. Yeah, so Mr. Finch from Bridgerton will be with us next week. And it will be it will honestly be pretty similar to this one. It will be
similar to this. We've tested out the style.
Our plan, although it will probably be more energetic and infuriating, if I had to label it with two adjectives.
I would also suggest it is highly likely to be way more inebriating.
True.
It could be a 3-hour episode where we are hammered at the end.
Hammered. Well, we discussed this idea of like having the shallow end deep dive episodes wherein the two of us drink bourbon instead of wine because we'll be more ready to dive deep if we're drinking some brown. And it seems to me that maybe next episode will be our first episode where we maybe partake in a little bit of that liquor.
We may like start sliding down into the deep end, but
maybe a little.
We will also. So I've been referring to it as our Seinfeld episode.
Our Seinfeld episode.
It'll be the podcast about nothing, but we kind of just did that.
That
although it
is
turned
true.
into a Bridgerton episode. So
yeah, but Mr. Finch pretty much what we intend to do is like set him down.
He's gonna love that we're referring to him as Mr. Finch now.
We're gonna set him down in front of a microphone and just like turn him on and let him go, and see what we see, and we'll see what we see. So get excited for that.
Long form internet reaction video.
Just you and I will be like, what did you just say out loud?
Explain that. Oh, you can't. Okay, moving on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that will be next episode. So get excited for that.
Hey, look.
Oh, a guest.
Speaking of guests. No.
Yeah, that's pretty obnoxious. Get him out of here, please.
Okay, Wraith, get out.
Tell him to leave.
No. What an ass.
Yeah, that was annoying. Yeah.
That guy wants to be on the podcast.
Oh, could you tell? Could you tell that he really wanted attention, or?
All right. So
we are going to stay with this posting schedule as best as we can. Follow the Instagram, the Shallow End Crew, and we'll see you next.
Thanks, North Carolina crew.
Thanks, North Carolina crew. Thanks, Kathleen.
Fox crew, and we'll see you next
Thank you
time.
as always, to Producer Chase for producing us,
making magic happen.
As always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.